So today I'm going to be showing you how to slay a lace step by step for beginners. Please follow me on Instagram, comment, like, and subscribe. So we're going to go ahead and start with our stocking cap, and we're just going to go ahead and put it over our braids or whatever you end up having under your lace front. I'm going to take the Gotb glued freeze spray and spray it around the perimeter of the front of my head, and this is going to act like gel or glue and just keep the cap in place. Okay, so after I apply my 2 layers of freeze spray, I'm going to take my scissors and cut away the rest of the cap that is no longer needed. And don't worry, I'll come back and trim the cap that's on my scalp. I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm just going to cut this beginning part away. Now I'm going to go ahead and go around the ears. And if it didn't stick down on your ears, don't worry. Just spray a little bit more freeze spray and let that dry and you will be fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side exactly how I did the other side and cut off the excess. Now that side didn't stick down either, so of course I'm going to go ahead and take some of my freeze spray and just make sure it's laying down over my little, what you call them, muffin chops, or what people call them, little sideburns. Sideburns. So I'm just going to freeze it and make sure it's sticking down on my sideburns. Now that both sides is good, I don't like, some people like to have their lace front laying really forward like this, but no, I like to get as close to my hairline as possible. So I'm going to take my little baby scissors and I'm just going to go ahead and cut as close to my hairline as I can. So you want to gently peel up on your stocking cap and just cut a line. It doesn't have to be a straight line. Don't trip off of it. You just want to cut a line so that you kind of know where your hairline is. So just look and try to cut as close to that without actually showing your hairline as possible, because we want to keep our edges. That's the whole point of the stocking cap, child. I don't want to cut too far now and you have your little edges showing. But yeah, as safely as you can, cut as much of the excess cap as you can until you reach the desired look that you're looking for. That you're finished personalizing your cap, you're going to go ahead and take your Ghost Bond glue, and I'm just applying some to the end of a rat-tailed comb. I feel like this is the easiest way to do it. And I'm going to put half on the cap and half of it on my skin. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm going ahead and laying half on the cap and then half on the skin, and I'm brushing it down like that. I like to do one side at a time. So when this side is finished, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start working on the other side. And it kind of dries fast, so, don't take your time with it. I was cracking up because my mama had came in the room and she was like, "Ooh, it look like you running out of glue. Don't show that part." But I ended up showing it anyway. Now that you applied your first layer of glue and you see that it's beginning to dry, you're going to start applying your second layer exactly how you applied your first layer. And when that's dry and it's mostly clear, you are now ready to apply your hair, child. You have made it. Now you see that the lace is a bright white color and it ain't matching your skin, like that's not what it's doing. I'm going to take a brush with a little bit of foundation on it, and I mostly wear a middle part. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the foundation onto the middle part of the lace front. If you wear it all over, feel free to apply the makeup all over, but I know I mostly just wear a middle part. Now I'm going to take that same brush and apply some to my cap, just so the color really blends in good. Now we're going to take our shears or scissors, whichever one you have, and we're going to go ahead and cut off the excess lace that is on our lace front. I'm going to go ahead and try the wig on and just see what it look like, see how it's acting, and make sure I move the hair out of the way before I press it into the glue. You're going to need your rat tail comb and a little pair of scissors for this part. So after you move the hair out of the way, you're going to go ahead and move the unit forward. Just make sure it's on there, and you're going to press it down slightly in front of where the glue is placed, because we're going to cut off the rest of that lace that is there. I just didn't want to cut too close until it was on my head so I can see, you know, what it look like, get a feel for what's going on. Once I have it where I want it, I take my comb and I go into the hair and I just press down like so. Moving on to the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. Make sure it's slightly in front of the glue. Move the hair out the way and take my comb and press down into it so that it's going ahead and bonding with the glue. So after I feel like it's pressed down enough and it's really in there, next I'm going to go ahead and take my do-rag, my sleeping cap, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to just tie down my unit so that it can go ahead and bond with the glue. I'm going to wait about 15-20 minutes, let it go ahead and become one with the glue before I start personalizing it. So now that I have removed my do-rag from my head and I see that the glue have had time to settle with the wig and whatnot, I'm going to go ahead and just check over it, and I'm going to take my little baby scissors and I'm going to cut away any of the excess lace that is remaining on the unit that don't need to be there. You see that big piece of lace? We don't need that. You want to cut as close to the hair as possible without actually chopping off, you know, the hair that's right there on the tip. And make sure it's not really just a straight line. Like, you can kind of cut zigzag because, you know, you don't want just one straight line of demarcation sliding across your little forehead. So we're going to go ahead and just go all across the front of this and make sure that there's no more lace on there that is not necessary. We don't need the unnecessary lace. Yes, so it's okay if you cut off like a few of the hairs, like really thin baby hairs, but like, yeah, just remove as much of the lace as possible. Okay, so now that the lace is gone, you see the white line? I don't like that line. We're going to go ahead and I'm just going to take a little brush and take some contour powder that I use to contour my face with and just press it onto the line so that it's a lot less noticeable, so that it kind of, you know, like blends in with the skin and look like it's coming out of your scalp. So anywhere that you can see the white lace, you want to go ahead and you want to take that contour powder and you want to just slightly press it there. Don't have too much of it on the thing, on your brush, otherwise it might look weird. You just want to slightly apply some so that it's a more natural looking front on your lace. More natural looking lace front. Just apply it everywhere you see white at. Just go ahead and apply that. After you reach your desired look with the powder, you're going to take your Gotb Glued Freeze Spray. And I like to put a little bit on my finger and press over the powder. I feel like it locks it in. Press over the powder that you just applied just to lock in the color and also to curl your lace even more. When I had moved my hair out the way, I seen more white under there. So I'm just going to go ahead and take some more powder and just place it over that part that I didn't see at first. That's the good thing about it. You can just check around your hairline and go ahead and apply the powder as needed. Now that I like the way my hairline is looking, we get to go ahead and fix up on the part and just make it all come together now. I'm going to take my small comb that's on the end of my edges brush and just make sure that my middle part is a really good part. I want to part it and have, you know, one of them crisp parts that look nice. So I'm just taking a little comb and making sure I really got it parted. It's hard looking in this little mirror that I was using as opposed to, you know, like using a full length mirror. But for the sake of this video, I was using a small mirror on the side of the camera. So now that you have your part how you want to have it, I'm going to take my plug-in hot comb, and I don't have it on the lowest setting and I don't have it on the highest setting. It's on the one in the middle. I think it's 10. It goes like 5, 10, and 15. And I'm just going to go ahead and run that through the part. I feel like the hot comb does a world of difference. Now, after your hot comb, if you don't worry about the hair sticking up, because we're about to take care of that next. You see how they all up there frizzy like hello? Don't worry about it. You're going to take your same rat tail comb or any comb that you want, and you're going to take the freeze spray, and you're just going to spray the comb and simply comb down the little frizzies. It's as simple as that. Take the comb, spray with the freeze spray, and comb down the little frizzies. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other side, just to make sure that it all lays as flat as possible. Don't mind me. Now I'm just combing it down and looking at it, seeing if, you know, I like it like this, seeing if I'm done, you know, doing what I was doing, seeing how cute I look with it, you know, just checking it out. I was debating on whether I wanted to add baby hairs or not, and I decided to go ahead and add them. If you want, this could be the finished look and you just have your middle part and you're done. But I'm going to just go ahead for the extra effect. You know, you smack twice when your hair look good. But for the extra effect, I'm just going to go ahead and add baby hairs to the front. I'm going to take my Gotb glued spike gel in a yellow container and my low comb, and I'm going to begin doing my baby hairs. Now, I like to take a dry comb first and part a small section of the little hair to see where I want it to go before I put any product on my comb. So using my productless comb, I'm just going to go ahead and see how I like this swoop. And once I feel like, okay, that's enough hair, then I'm going to add the Gotb glued spike gel to the comb and set that little swoop how I want it to be set. Now, I don't know why the hell these baby hairs was trying to play me on this camera, but for some reason, it was not working out at all. It was like, no, man, not today. What you doing, baby? So I just had to play with it, and then I ended up having to step off camera to fix it because it was not trying to be beautiful and I needed it to be beautiful. So after fixing my baby hairs off camera, this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to comment below what other videos you would like to see me do. And have a wonderful day. Mwah. I love you. Thank you.